Pals, and welcome back to the Hidden Veil. This is a trademark train wreck session. Started 30 minutes, 36 minutes after the fact. Everyone is just kind of in weird moods. Hollow is high, not actually high, just very tired. I've had a very weird week, and I'm in a very weird mood. I didn't have much time to prepare. We're missing a player and it's just chaos. So I hope you enjoy tonight's chaos.
We're
Um,
missing a player. Good thing we're not missing a player.
what?
We're
Look up. Uh, we have Bo. Fuck.
Bo is not here.
Yeah,
don't. That is the
Bo
one thing
is
we do not
played
have.
by Aaron Gray, but he's not here at the moment. We have Oshana being played by Guy, Colton being played by Fracturous, Adis being played by Hollow, and Vala being played by Crawling. The ambiance you're listening to is from Sword Coast Soundscapes. Our YouTube is The Hidden Veil. Our Twitter is Hidden Veil D&D. Um, in the last session, the party known as the Buck Brigade messed around in Verity. Of the Bucket Brigade is Lance, played by Aaron Gray, Shauna played by Guy, Coulter played by Fracturous, and Adis played by Hollow, and Vala played by Crawling, who was just introduced last session. The party had more downtime, more than we needed. I learned how to do. I've since learned that I need a really shortened downtime because it gets really boring. But I've learned next time we have downtime, we'll do better. Some different stuff happened. Oshana investigated the cursed area, the cursed gardens in Verity. Chance and Colton made a fucking scroll selling scheme to the underworld, to the Damson Chicane, the thieves guild of the world, and just other various small things that just happened. And we had Vala introduced. Vala is a Arlen Strix that has come to the party asking them for aid to help her people that is currently at war with the Mirren Majocracy, saying that the Majocracy is looking for a key that is important, and that the leaders of the Poema Roost need the party's help. The party just went shopping to go get supplies for this journey, and when we come back, everyone is returning.
Oh, Zach, do me a favor and relinquish control of Bo's sheet to me.
Okay. um, I don't know if you're gonna be able to. I don't think his sheet on Roll20 is kept up. I'm not sure though.
I just need to be able to move the token. I can use D&D Beyond to roll.
You should have control over all of his abilities now. And
Don't
control over all his movements. You have studied MK Ultra thoroughly, and now you have the ability of mind control.
Yes. So
Right.
we have just arrived back at the house from the shopping spree.
Yes.
All right, I got what I wanted. At this point you can see Colton. He's just carrying fucking like a mound of paper and ink.
You are planning to write a novel?
I'll save the art of seduction for another time, but no, actually, I plan to add some spells to my repertoire.
Interesting.
Yep, thought, since we're probably gonna take us a few days to get there, I can, work on my spells.
Are we going to travel by foot or cart? Or is there a cart available to travel even? I am fine either way.
Well, I don't think we are currently wanting for gold. I can definitely pay if we need to get a carriage and some horses.
I would offer to help pay, but, well, you know.
I think the bigger concern is how to get our new friend here out of the city unseen.
Actually, that's kind of simple. We have the briefcase.
Never mind.
I mean, I don't. As long as he kind of like looks towards Vala, as long as you don't go talking about this, it should be fine.
Briefcase? Briefcase? What's this briefcase?
It's like it's a private space, if you will.
It is a small
very
box.
Spacious briefcase.
Yes.
It is a small box with a lot of room inside.
It's a bit disorienting.
I mean, I came in a cart. I was kind of hidden. If we just get another cart like that, then I won't have to go in the briefcase, will I?
Get in the box.
Oh, okay.
So Colton brings out this pretty large wooden with metal plating on its side suitcase. He puts it down on the floor. It's pretty big that you could like stand in it and like put your arms together and you would like be able to fit in the suitcase, but it's still like suitcase size. Like you can't really sit inside of it at all.
Come
Puts
on,
it down
follow
closed.
me. Yeah, I'll open it up, and then I'll kind of gesture to follow.
And as Colton opens it up, you suddenly see some light come through the opening, and you look down and you see a ladder going down into wooden flooring about 10 feet down. It's straight from the name of the movie, like the Harry Potter movie. I can't remember the name of right now.
Magical
Oh,
Beasts.
Fantastic Beasts.
Fantastic Beasts are where to find them. That movie.
Before Colton goes, and can I just lean down to him and whisper, "Did we ever change the bed sheets?"
Actually, give me a second. Alright, let me just go deal with that real quick.
You can deal with that real quick, and after a couple of minutes, Vala, you can come down into the suitcase.
Okay.
Oh, there. Oh, you don't have vision on your token. Yeah, you change that.
We are also keeping the candles in the suitcase.
So yeah, you go down, you see like a pile of just shit at the bottom of the ladder, including like two really well ordained suitcases.
Suitcases.
Sorry, well ordained lanterns.
Suitcases?
bring
Where the
that-
fuck did
yeah.
that come from?
I don't know. I'm thinking of suitcases, okay?
Don't touch those, they're Gucci.
Can you see the suitcase, Vala?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I see like a table kind of bed right here. We're very concerned about whatever those bed sheets were.
No, nothing a little prestidigitation can't fix.
You also notice at the very top, there's on the wall. There's 2 different places where you can see manacles once hung from the wall, and there's like a bunch of claw marks and dried blood stains on the stone there that has been attempted to be cleaned out, but it's still residue there.
Don't worry too much about all that over there. We were not the first owners of this bag.
It's just gonna be me in here, right? Right?
I mean, we'll probably have like other people might come and like visit at night. Bo might travel in here too.
Yes, I believe Bo is trying to keep a low profile.
Why is there an ice cream truck out at 9 p.m.? What the fuck is this town?
Can you give me one of the fucked up SpongeBob popsicles, please?
Choco Taco.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
God.
Rest in peace, Choco Taco.
Yeah. We have a few amenities down here. If you particularly enjoy alchemy, I suppose you can mess around with what we have in here.
Alchemy?
Mixing herbs and shit.
Oh,
I'm gonna pull the curtain down in our definitely not jail cell area.
okay. Well, me and Mooseful are just gonna hang out on the bed and just not touch anything.
If you
Vala.
Yes.
Can you? What's your passive perception? Oh, 15? I already see that. As you look around, and Colton, yours is 11. So Colton,
Yep.
you don't notice this. But Vala, as you sit down on the bed, kind of ignoring the scratch marks that are on the bedpost, your eyes glance over to that pile of just random assortment of materials at the bottom of the ladder. And you look towards those 2 candles, and it seems like one of them is kind of like throbbing in light energy, like vroom, 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 just very slightly.
throbbing is good verbiage.
And
Oh
if you
my
wanted
gosh.
to, and if you wanted to look, if you wanted to see how the candles look like, they're up in the miscellaneous channel in the Discord.
And you would notice, in fact, that pretty much everyone in the party is carrying one on their person.
Yeah. No, it's not RGB. It's just a blue. It's a blue flame.
Oh, okay. I see. Like a lantern.
Yeah, it's a lantern, but there's like candle and wick inside of it, and the flame in it is blue and does not seem to have or need any fuel.
I swear to God, if she gets teleported to fucking Verado.
Hey man, I've been teleported to a couple places before. Let me tell you, I can handle it.
You'll be fine. She can fly. Probably.
Sounded very hopeful.
Is it alright if I join in the briefcase?
It's communal.
Yeah. I mean, if you're asking me, yeah, sure.
Would you mind, Vala?
No, not at all. more people down here, the better. Especially if it's the best person in the whole wide world, Oshana.
I am not so sure about that, but thank you.
We found a Twitter stan. Jesus Christ.
Fucking Sims.
Hey, fangirl, alright?
Sure.
I have every comic of the Bucket Brigade known to man.
There are
Really
comics.
comic?
You made them yourself.
I do.
Oshana, you can go down the ladder, and with your 19 passive perception, you also see this light pulsating from one of the lanterns.
Well, that is interesting. It, It hasn't done that since... Vala,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
would you, come over here?
Sure.
No, let's see. The candles are like what, on the end of the table or something?
No, they're just in a pile at the bottom of the ladder.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
And I'll say, there. Oh, have you noticed? And I'll motion to the candle hanging at my hip. We have these.
Yeah, I saw that, but I thought it might have been some of that owl whatever Colin said. So I didn't really
It is
kind of worry.
They're something ancient from my people long time ago. They are long gone. They have magic to them of some sort. I do not totally understand. But these objects, they chose us.
What do you mean, chose?
We found them, and they give certain abilities, and they have chosen to give these abilities to us. Do you understand?
Kind of. I think. Well, yeah, kind of like what Muspel did. He kind of gave me power and stuff.
Yes. I would say these are not as animated as Muspel, but they are. They have some sort of.
We become magical girls.
Basically, we become. Now, I believe the last time these candles glowed like that, or at least one of the ones that did not have a person, was when it was. Well. I'll reach down and pick up the glowing one.
You can pick it up, and it's just a candle, but as you pick it up, it kind of seems to pulsate a little faster. Just a tiny bit faster.
And I'll hold it over to Vala and say, let me know if you sense anything strange with this. And I'll hold it out to her.
Do I sense anything strange?
It just seems like a weird glowing lantern. Do you touch it?
Touch the throbbing light.
Can I
Yeah,
hold
bubbles.
Can I hold Mooseball out to it to see if he reacts to it first?
Interesting. Yeah, sure. You can, before you do anything with the candle, you first go into your side and you take out Mooseball. And Mooseball runs out from your hands and runs on top of the candle, and the circles it about 20 times on the very top of it. And as he does this, you see his coloration from a red and orange flame slowly change to a blue flame. It's something you've never seen before. But it doesn't seem anything negative to it. In fact, you see his like little tiny figure grow about an inch taller. And then he stands on top of it on Oshana's hand as it's like reached out towards you. And he just looks at you with his gigantic eyes of his.
Alright. Pick him up. Okay, that's enough from you. That never seen you do that before. Let's put you back in the little sash. Don't want that
He
happening
seemed
again.
quite happy.
I guess that's never happened. He's always been orange and just kind of hangs out. That was really weird. Oh, huh.
Well,
I mean, if it wasn't bad for him, it might be okay for me.
those who have held these and when they didn't glow in this manner, and they were just very mild when others held them, and nothing happened. But when the group of us held them, they glowed like this, and some miraculous things happened.
Okay. All right. I'll do it then. I'll hold it or touch it or whatever.
As soon as one of your feathery fingers touches it, there's a sudden blue flash of light that blinds everyone in the briefcase, including you. And momentarily, Vela, your eyes feel like they're burning, and you step back as a surge of electrical energy goes into your body, and you feel all the feathers on your body stand up on end, and you still can't see anything. It's just a bright blue light all around you. You fall down to the ground. You don't fall unconscious, but just from the sheer shock and power of this, you fall down to the ground. As the light recedes, you still feel this power within you, but it is now shifted from you just touching it to suddenly sashed at your hip. You gain your Candle of the Gods.
Congrats on your level up.
Immediately, you gain 2 levels.
Huh?
Not 1 level. You immediately gain 2 levels. You gain a +2 to any ability score, and the ability score is maximum. So if you have like a 20 in dexterity, you can increase that to 22. And also, the party already... It says in the thing... Can you guys still hear me? Everything was silent.
Yeah.
For me for
Yeah.
some reason.
Yeah.
Okay. Pancakes went silent for me for whatever reason. But anyway, it also says I sent the link to you in your Discord.
That's an interesting description.
Oh my
That
lord.
upon the party reaching an even level 8 for this, they decide whether to for everyone to choose either a +1 to ability score, or everyone gets an additional 10 HP. Everyone chose a +1 ability score, so you also get an additional +1 to any ability score.
Wait, wasn't it that we all agreed on the same ability score?
No.
No. It's just an ability score that everyone can use.
Why the fuck did I put mine into charisma then?
You can change that.
This is sick.
I thought we all had to agree on the same one.
I thought
I
it was the
see.
same one too.
Oh no.
More
I
good
clearly
stuff.
remember that conversation happening.
Yeah, we had that conversation, and then Zach was like, "No, you just choose if you're gonna do a +2 an ability score," and then everybody chooses. So we were confused for a bit, and then like, yeah, I guess it didn't get totally clarified.
Oh, okay. I see where you're. So, upon getting to the even level, we all discuss if we're getting a +1 to a score or if we're getting HP. But if
Yeah,
we
you get a +1.
if we agree upon the +1, it's a +1 to whatever we want. It's just we had to discuss if we wanted the +1 to begin with.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to change it from charisma to wisdom.
All right. Well, I have 2 levels to work with now. Jeez. All right. I'm a
Which
cracked
also
ass
gets
ranger.
you, which I believe also gives you an ability score improvement, depending on what you level.
Yeah, multi-class is a bit weird in that. You're level 4 in Ranger, level 3 in Druid. So if you level Druid, you'll get one.
I think I'm just gonna put 1 in 1.
But yeah, take your time with that. I'll say for the time being, everyone else, the light recedes, and you see Vala just sitting on the ground in a dazed state.
Vala, are you okay? Ah, my eyes. Are you?
My eyes!
Are you
I'll
okay?
poke my head in through the opening.
Is everything alright down there?
I can't see. Is Moospool okay? Or is he?
Moospool's fine. He's still, he went back to his normal color, but he's still a bit bigger.
Everything hurts.
I will. I'll reach down and help Vala up. Here, come to the bed. Are you? Um. Sorry about that. Are you okay?
It feels like a lightning bolt ripped right through me.
I'm so sorry.
Hold on a moment. This should help.
I
Rest.
will expend a key point to do my Hand of Healing. And since I am of a 6th level, it now also cures the blinded condition.
Oh wow.
Cool. Okay. So you see
Cool.
Between
Adis.
blinded, deafened, paralyzed, poisoned, or stunned.
So you see Adis put his hand on you, and your vision is still like you see. There's still like large specks of blue light in your vision that has just been keeping there. And as soon as Adis puts his hand on your shoulder, these specks immediately go away, and you suddenly feel a lot more calmer and better. But you still feel this surge of power within you. That doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon.
Okay. Thank you. That feels better. But I should probably just lie down here for a while.
Well, it seems we've had a bit of a stroke of luck.
So it would seem.
It appears one of the candles is chosen Vala. I'll say up the ladder.
Right. Well, while crawling goes through his character and levels up and shit. I'll say that you guys can go back up, give her some time, and you guys can make a plan of how you are getting towards Puima Forest. I'll just say, for the sake of it, if that's fine with you, crawling, you give him like a general location of where you need to go.
Yeah.
So, take you guys onto the map.
Nice on rolling for inflict wounds.
You guys need to go around there.
All right.
So between Alchem and Avalon on the south side of Dagu Forest, along the banks of the Canid River.
What way do we want to get to there, though? Do we want to like just go down the main path and then branch off at Alchem, or do we want to go like towards is that Eris or Arise?
Eris.
Eris and cut through. Because I think Alchem might be a bit dangerously close to Avalon.
We'll remind you, Colton, that
Eris.
the
The alchemist,
alchemist
I'm aware.
contact. Yeah. Okay. Never mind then.
Are
I'm
there?
not sure if it's a good idea to go through Eris, seeing as it is technically the capital of the Meritocracy.
That is true.
Question. Are there? Any of you know? Are there boats that go down the rivers?
I have no clue.
Would I know?
Adis, yeah, go ahead and roll me a history check.
Would Bo know this?
Bo's
I
not
will.
here right now, but you can roll history too, since you have an arcane teacher now, so you can learn stuff like that.
I will, of course, guide myself on that history check.
Alrighty.
That is a 21. 23, sorry.
That is a 21 for me.
Both of you know, Adis, you are more knowledgeable about this because, I mean, where you come from, it's pretty close actually to the Canid River. You know for sure about everything with the Canid River. It's not a very navigable river. Neither is the Eva River until it gets just off of Avalon, where you can go to the coast of that. But both of you know that boat travel isn't really that popular at all. There's not really many port towns or villages at all. There's Riestrom and Dovengard and Avalon and Reyna, but that's really it. So the main use of transporting materials and things like that is in caravans. But there are ports where ships are made. Of course, shipping through boat has gotten a lot more powerful ever since. A lot more popular ever since the Beastlands were discovered 3 years ago or 2 years ago. So that has become more of a thing. There are a few navigable rivers. The biggest one is the Celadon River. But the only place you can dock is at Bridgetown. Right there.
Mm.
Because Celadon River has cliffs on both sides of it. And the only way you can, the only place you can go down to the cliff edge is at Bridgetown. And Concurrence River, Celadon River, which is that river, you can navigate it all the way up to Concurrence, and you can't get past Concurrence because that's a bunch of waterfalls. And the second navigable river is the Luchten River. This one, and that's navigable all the way up to Lucht. And of course, the small river here, which goes to Avalon, but that's all. That's all it can go.
I think we should go down the Dawn Walk, down the Gold Way, and maybe kind of like cut off to Bridgetown if we can, and then just take Avalon Way to Alchem and then head north.
That sounds like as a good a plan as I could come up with.
That sounds about reasonable.
Should probably take us a few days to get there. I'm not quite sure how long.
With your calculations, your intelligence is like 22. You can figure it out really easily. It would take about 4.4 days travel total.
So like 4.5, got it.
Yeah.
It'll take us 4.5 days, I think. And that's assuming a moderate pace, right?
Yes. Along the roads.
If we stick to the roads, it'll take us 4.5 days. If we need to reroute, I'm not quite sure. Could take longer.
Well, it is shorter than going to Barado. No
Indeed.
offense to Barado, but it is a little far.
It looks like along the road, our first stop would be Greystone Castle. Wherever that is.
If I remember correctly, those are just ruins, right? Zach?
It is a ruined castle, but it's still in use. It's in use by the Mirren army.
We might want to go around that.
What do I know about Greystone Castle from passing through it previously?
You passed through it before. There's a small village there that's pretty much just like a military barracks. A legion protects that castle. It's a good defendable position. And it's largely used as a large training ground for the Mirren army, so it's for the military, it's pretty hopping over there.
All I'm
Especially
hearing
with
is
new recruits.
All I'm hearing is don't let Bo out of the box. We gotta go through there and we have 0 human representation.
We maybe could travel the path most of the way there and then go around.
If worst comes to worst, you can all go into the briefcase and I can go by myself through.
It's true, I don't think they'd stop a half-dragon.
It worked fine enough the first time around, though back then I was still in disguise.
An alternative route could be we head down the Aureli Road and go to Arvandra, and then cut across the river back to the Gold Way and continue from there.
Is there a good river crossing?
I don't know.
Given that apparently we have the ability to fly now, thanks to Colton.
It's not very long. It's only 10 minutes. I'm not sure how wide the river is.
I will also say, with that plan of going to Arvandra, you guys would know this. It's pretty common knowledge by now. The Celadon River, except for around Bridgetown, marks the border between the Miramageocracy and the Lucian Republic. So if you went over that bridge right there, you'd be crossing the Lucian Republic.
Mm. Hmm.
I can draw the border of the Republic actually real quick.
That might be helpful. Oshana, do you happen to have any way to help with crossing waters? Like the water walking spell?
I was thinking more we could get several at once, and if the terrain is difficult in and out of the river, that would be difficult as well. But if we had, say, a giant eagle,
That is true. We could realistically transform multiple of us into flying animals.
I feel it will not be a problem.
Mm.
But water walking, I hadn't thought of that one before. I will have to. I will
Should
think
we-
on that.
Should we just try our luck with the Greystone Castle, and if things get a bit hairy there, we can just fly out?
We could. That reminds me, Oshana, do you remember that spell you cast to determine if we should or should not open the Seer Stone?
Ah, yes.
I happen to know that spell now as well, so we could ask the gods themselves whether we should go south and follow the river or go east and through the military outpost.
I would say asking the advice of the divine is never a bad idea.
Well, then I suppose we have an idea then.
All right. Would you like to cast that spell then?
Sure.
And please post what it does.
Hold on. First of all, I need some sort of divining tool.
You can borrow Oshana's.
I was going to ask if I can borrow that orb, the scrying orb.
The scrying orb.
The orb.
You can have
So
the orb.
I will
The
ponder
orb
over
that you
my
can
orb.
ponder. Yes.
Ponder over the orb, yeah.
Gotta say, it's Orban time.
Fuck off.
I hope you feel awful for making that joke.
Don't listen to them. It wasn't.
I want to give you negative inspiration, but it was not. It wasn't bad. It made me laugh. Okay. It says like a specific course of action that you plan to take within the next 30 minutes.
We're leaving now.
Mhm.
No, well, the thing about that, you're not going to be at Greystone Castle or Avandra in 30 minutes.
Well, but the
Yeah.
question is, we're either heading east or heading south.
Okay, yeah. Oh, okay. I'm fine with that then. Okay, describe to me how you cast this spell for fun.
Hold on. Where's the scrying orb currently located?
It's in the suitcase.
Is it still there? Okay.
Yeah. Ponder over the orb.
I'll actually, knowing how the spell works and that you need some sort of tool for it, I'll look around until I find the big orb. And I
While
think
you're
to
down
myself,
there in
that looks enough like the night sky. I can work with that. I'll pull a chair up to it, and I'll stare down into the deepest depths of the abyss within the orb. I will ponder the orb.
You ponder the orb.
I do ponder the orb.
Such dumb fucking meme. So, are you asking about going east or going south?
I'm asking about going east.
So, you wrap your hands around the orb as you ponder it, and you see after a minute of doing this, you see the starscape inside the orb shift slightly. You see nebulas begin to form. And the diorama that's shifting and forming and being created in this orb in front of you shifts into a cloudy red nebula that you can discern as Woe.
I have a feeling that's not going to go very well.
What, heading east?
Yes.
You get a bad feeling about going east.
I've got a bad feeling about this. Yes.
Well, how about the west? Or south?
West is not exactly the way we are going.
Yeah, south. South. Shut up.
Shauna, you cast that?
Yeah, I'll cast augury. And,
Would you like to ponder the orbs or use the sticks?
I will use the sticks.
I was gonna say, the entire time that like Adis was down there pondering the orb, he just hears all the way across on the bed, just my feathers.
I'll I'll hold my intricately carved staff with the carvings of my whole life continuing from top till most of the way down the staff. And I'll hold it up and cast augury and yeah.
Right.
see what happens. How would
you
it
cast
feel
you
going
cast the
south?
spell, and this is on your staff, correct?
Yeah.
You see all the very ornate and very specific etchings in it begin to glow, and you know what colors you're supposed to be, and they shift in different forms, and you see this light fog almost like seep from these different, almost like Nordic runes. They kind of look like in your staff. And after about a minute, the fog recedes into nothing, and you see this light, dark this dark red glow, and you know that's also woe.
So either way, we're fucked. Got it.
Perhaps this is one of those times when sticking to the path is not the way.
Should we just like beeline it across the plain?
This is looking into the very near future. So I have the feeling we should perhaps make our way out swiftly and try to stay out of sight.
All right, east or west? Just decide now.
There is
Would
no
you
west.
say
Not west, south.
I feel like crossing the border to the Liechtenstein Republic would only complicate things unnecessarily.
what would you say we skip the cart for now? Perhaps pick up one in another town, but we exit the east gate and then get off the road and travel the back way for a bit. Because the road, there is something, whichever way we go.
We could, if we leave Verity, we could exit to the south and then cut through the A6 pass back to the Dawn Walk.
And that does not sound like a bad idea. I don't know if it is any better than the others, but it is something else.
You guys do know that there are many back roads to different villages across the entirety of the
I know there's a
Republic and
shit ton of
Democracy.
I know there's a shit ton of tiny villages that are not on this map.
Yep,
Oh, yeah, huh?
hundreds.
Maybe it's best to stick to the smaller villages for now and avoid the main road.
That may be a good idea.
It'll take us a bit longer to get there.
All right. We go. We leave out the south gate. We get on the back roads, go through some smaller villages, and down to the one with the name, the Essex Pass.
It seems that we'll have to get back on the Dawn Walk anyways to cross the river.
Indeed.
But I don't know if there's anything like nearby the castle that we can try and do some sort of wide evasion around.
So, okay, can you guys, like Colton or somebody, can you draw the path that you're planning on taking?
Yeah, hold on.
Hold on. We could theoretically move like so.
And go towards like New Nova.
Oh, he wants to go all the way through Dagu.
I'm not sure if that is a safer option, but at least it would be through land that I'm more familiar with.
We could always try and just go all the way around Greystone Castle.
There's many back roads that go around Greystone Castle, so that's definitely
Okay.
an option.
I think that would be the better idea.
Avoid Greystone. See if we can find like a pathway that lets us get across this river. Are there any like back roads that would lead towards like Bridgetown from that point I have drawn?
There's only the one bridge that's right there.
Okay.
It's just like a black speck on it, but
So we have to go like close to Eris.
Well, we
yes.
could cross the river in other ways already discussed.
That's true. All right, so I'll just mark it. This is the current like planned course, and we'll adjust as needed.
Are we leaving on foot for more flexibility, or are we leaving on wagon for more ease?
How long would it take for us to get there on foot?
Calculating right now.
Vala, do you have like a time frame that we're working within?
No, Krishenko just said to try to get you guys to get to Poema as fast as possible so he could talk to you.
So with that route, that would double check that.
A little over 6 days.
Just under 6 days.
Okay.
And how fast by cart?
4.5.
Well, that's just like sticking the main roads, like going the most optimal route, like
Yeah.
going down the Dawn Walk that going down the Dawn Walk that way and like going through Greystone. That would take 4.4 days. Just going the most optimal route by road.
I think
Ugh.
carriage would be faster, but I think we should do carriage.
Carriage would honestly be about the same speed because horses don't go that fast when they're trotting, and you can't really unless you keep them going fast the entire time. You wouldn't make a lot of like good time because mostly like how caravans used to go back in these times is that there would be horses that's pulling stuff and people just like walk alongside of it. And that's how it is with this world too. So
Yeah, then I guess it doesn't matter. We can just walk. Let's go.
Why are we trying to go like roundabout? What's with that?
We don't want to go through that castle, and we aren't sure because there could be stuff happening on the road.
I mean, I can figure out how long until the next sunrise or sunset. We can try to time it to be like crossing areas during nighttime so we could sneak around.
They are going to have guards in that area, no matter the time of day.
Okay, that's a very valid point.
I think we should just get going. We've already spent an hour on this.
Okay. I'm here in the briefcase. Whatever you guys decide, I'm just here.
Yes.
Alright, let's get this journey on the road to Poema.
all right, you say your goodbyes to Jasper and Samuel, and Colton. You also quickly tell your teacher that you're leaving, like right now, when you're in class with him like an hour ago. He's like,
You
yeah,
don't
I'm leaving.
understand. I gotta go.
Yeah, I'm leaving for I don't know how long, like a few weeks at least. See ya.
I've already given Jasper the money to pay him off for like the
Yep.
month.
Jasper hugs you guys before you leave. Sim will probably kiss Chance, and you guys can go.
Cool.
Alrighty.
You guys make your way. It's also like drizzling rain, which is always fun. But you guys make your way down south.
Making our way down south.
I will be in the briefcase working on my new spells.
Your first obstacle is getting out of Verity. As you go to the one and only gate out of Verity, as far as you know, the southern gate, where there's still a bunch of traffic, like carriages and caravans and just people traveling by foot trying to get in and out of the city. It's all clumped together at this one gate. There's many market stalls, and like you hear people shouting to give them gold because they're beggars, or people shouting to try to sell you wares. It's a very busy place, and you guys are forced into line before coming out, and the guards are very thoroughly checking everyone here. You've definitely gotten that Verity is very strict with its guard force and its military.
Okay, but do they check the briefcase?
Well, who's currently in the suitcase?
Oshana.
Myself.
Vala. It's the three of us.
So everyone but Adis.
I guess.
Okay.
They would dare suspect the venerable rain dragon? How dare they?
So, Adis, as you kind of fidget uncomfortably, waiting for your turn line, you notice that you're not wearing your disguise, correct?
No, I don't think I have that anymore.
Everyone is looking at you. They're not like dead set staring at you, but their eyes keep flicking over to you, and you keep hearing like snippets of gossip as people talk about this weird looking person and waiting in line. And after about like
not to notice.
And after about 30 minutes of waiting in traffic, which is very fun for you, you finally get to the gate where there's two members of the Flame Guard that approach you. And they both glance at each other before coming up to you. He goes, "Halt. What's your business? And why are you leaving Verity? For how long?"
I'm leaving Verity to go back to my home near Neunovos. You might have heard of it. I cannot say how long. A couple weeks at least.
And both guards look at each other and look back at you. After a moment, one of them goes, "Is it true you can do magic? Like your people, your dragon, rain dragon?"
A little bit, yeah. And I'll flick my wrist and I'll cast Dancing Lights.
Whoa, fucking cool, man. Just don't direct that at me. Look,
Oh, it's not
the other guard
harmful.
goes, what do you have carrying with you today? I see you have a backpack and briefcase on you.
I do, yes.
Go ahead, roll me persuasion.
I will guide myself on that if I may.
With advantage.
I will still guide myself on that if I may.
Yes, that's fine.
Persuasion. That is a 23.
It's customary to check your luggage, but the other guard goes, I feel like it's bad luck to disrespect a rain dragon, so you can just go on ahead.
Thank you.
You're
kindly.
leaving Verity, so you're fine.
Well, have a good day.
They nod to you and you leave. And as you're walking away, the guards go, "You think he's like related to Evisad or something?" And you just keep going. And you're eventually able to walk out of Verity, going through the hills, and you make your way southwards. I'll put you guys back on the map. Fun.
Making my way southward.
Yeah.
Okay, fast.
Driving fast.
Yeah.
That'll work. Doggo bound. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Bound.
Yeah.
You make your way down the Aureli Road. And you walk that way for about half the day, where you get to a four-way intersection where you see this tall post that has different points on it, that's pointing in different directions. See, north is towards Verity, west is towards Arcus, east is towards Exuval and Eris, and south is towards Arvandra.
Wait, hold on. They have Arcus marked on the roads there.
Yeah.
Just
Good to know.
to just check, how many hours has it been since we've left?
About 4.
4. Okay. In that time, I will have learned. I will have learned invisibility.
Ooh. Is this still just Adis walking?
I think for now, unless anyone wanted to get out and join him, because Colton's busy.
I mean, I can't really get out of the briefcase until we pass, like, what is that? Kadora Chateau? Because, like, no matter where I go, if someone spots me, it's gonna be an issue.
Adis, you immediately notice a little bit off of the road a lot of smoke plumes from campfires, and you're able to see in this really tall grass a lot of tents. And you immediately turn left to go down the A6 pass, and you see a number. You see about 4 horses with really like heavy armored soldiers that's carrying like a bunch of equipment. And you see about 8 more soldiers following them, just cut across the road real quick, going towards the tent encampment. And then also following them alongside the road is this large wooden contraption. Go ahead, roll me a history check.
I will guide myself on that. That is a 9.
You're not sure what this is. It kind of seems familiar to you, but you're not sure. It's this large wooden structure that's being pulled by these large bison that have been tamed and domesticated for this. It's very heavy. It's very big. It has this large arm on it that ends into like almost like a spoon-like cup. They're currently pulling it, and you keep a good distance away as they move off of the A6 pass and down more south towards that tent encampment that you saw. And you're able to just go on past.
I'm assuming that encampment is in the general direction of the border to the Republic.
Yes. And out of game, it was a catapult.
I assumed as much.
Yeah, and in game and out of game, you can definitely tell there's a lot of tension right now. You're able to go eastwards. You pass through a village. You just walk through. People really pay attention to you. You are very stunning. You're very shocking to these simple village folk. It's tiny, about only like 200 people, but you make your way through. And after
Actually, if while I'm making my way through, I would ask if somebody is like ill or injured or needs some kind of healing.
sure, and actually, like about by the time that you get to this village, the sun is beginning to set. So go ahead, roll me a investigation check with advantage. I would say. I don't know. Why I'm giving you so much advantage today, but yeah.
And you guessed it, I will guide myself on that. And
Ew.
that is a 23
With a
with a
nat
nat
20.
20.
Okay. So you announce that you are a healer, and immediately this woman comes up to you and goes, "Mr. Draken, my husband, the post leader, he's very sick. We haven't been able to get any magical healing here. If you could help him, that would be amazing."
Of course, let me see what I can do. Lead the way.
He's just over here. And you go to a small farm that's like just on the edge of the village. It's a pretty nice establishment, probably one of the best farms in the town. And you're able to enter. And just for the sake of brevity, I don't want to spend so much time on this. Uh, you go to this room where you oh, fuck it, I'll put more time into it. You see this older man about in his 40 like late 40s, graying hair that's balding, about he's about pretty much bald, but he still has like some hair on it, and he keeps up that, yes, I'm not balding, I still have all my hair even though he's very bald. And he's currently in bed. There's a glass of water on the end table next to it, and he just looks very bad. You're not sure what it is right off the bat, but just like paler skin, very thin. Go ahead and roll me a medicine check.
I will guide myself on that. 23 again.
Okay, so you know what this is. Abdominal pain, cramps, fever. You also do some not really not very clean work, but that's how medicine is. It's not very clean. Uh, you're able to see that this is dysentery. And you can just heal it magically right off the bat if you want to spend some key points or whatever you have.
Sure. I'll spend a key point to do my hand of healing. And end the poisoned condition on him, as I would assume. That
As you put your
counts as-
hand on him and you heal him, this purple light coming from your hand, his skin immediately becomes of a normal coloration, and his pain immediately stops, and the fever that he was running goes away. He doesn't gain back the weight that he lost from all this, but he does look very better. Um, for the sake of brevity, The man thanks you dearly, and his wife does as well. And if you so desire, you can get a room at their house for the night along your travels.
That sounds reasonable to me. I'll accept that.
All right. You're able to. They also give you a free meal. The wife does also like giving her husband like a really big slab of pork. You get that as well with some like potatoes on the side.
You hear a knock from the suitcase.
Like while you're eating dinner.
If at all possible, I would prefer to have the dinner in private.
Sure, yeah, you can do whatever you want. You just saved his life.
I'll open the suitcase. I would assume throughout the day I would have kept everyone inside updated a little bit.
Yeah, that's fun.
I'll peek my head out and say, "Do we have any sticks? Any wooden things to burn?"
I'm not sure. Hold on.
Muspel needs sustenance.
I have 10 torches.
You just hear far away from inside the suitcase. Yeah, Muspel's kind of causing trouble. He's a little hungry. Anus, you have something?
I'll hand you 10 torches.
I take the 10 torches. I fumble with them a little bit, drop a couple of them down the ladder. Sorry,
Hold on. Let me
I'm
take a
bringing
look with
something.
that. I'll get some of the. I'll carry some of the torches down as well.
Thank you, Adis. You're the best.
Don't mention it.
Stop trying to eat the table. No, Muspel, leave Colton alone. No, we don't eat kobolds.
Don't touch it.
All right. If there's anything you guys would like to do in the night, then speak now. Otherwise, we'll just go into the next day.
I will spend like a little bit of time down at the suitcase with everyone else.
All right. Would you like to RP it or just say that?
I think I'm good for now.
Alrighty. In the
What
morning.
Colton is doing.
Colton's just been working along. He's learned 2 spells since the day's gone by.
In the morning, Adis, you get a full breakfast and another congratulations. And as you're leaving the town, you're given a couple things by the village people. You're given like four rations. I'll say like 12 copper pieces, just like, and a bunch of just people bring you a bunch of stuff. You get like flowers and things. You also get this like straw hat that someone gives you. This little girl gives you this big straw hat. It's kind of uncomfortable to wear with your horns, but it's all right.
I will thank them for their gifts.
All right, and you're able to keep on. Let me get some better ambience in.
During the second day, Colton will exit the suitcase to walk with Adis, but he will still be working while walking.
I'll in the morning I'll let the others know. I thought and meditated on the suggestion yesterday. The walking on water. And I believe I know how to do that. If we need.
That might be useful to have prepared if we need it.
I will have it so.
Anything else you guys would like to do?
Nope. It'll just be Adis and I walking today.
Yes. Maybe even holding hands.
Oh wow!
Premarital
no,
hand holding.
Oh, this. I don't know. Maybe we should put
Oh
the
no!
mature content advisory on Twitch.
Yeah. Oh shit!
If we're feeling
I'm just
very frisky,
imagining-
we might even brush tails together.
Oh my
Wow.
god!
Oh my yo!
I'm just
Flashback
imagining
to
like
earlier in the session where Adis goes, "You might want to change the bed sheets, Colton."
Yep.
It is a legitimate concern.
Kind of sus.
I don't think we have done that up until this point.
so just saying, like Adis's arm's gonna be like hanging straight down, and Colton's arm is gonna be like pretty well up.
Yep. Absolutely.
It's gonna be like. Or
It's
no,
like
you
a
go.
father walking their son. You know.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna be like, it's gonna be a parent and their child.
Yeah. I mean, somebody's already asked if Colton is Adis's child, so
So you can walk. You go through different villages, and you guys are able to cross over the bridge over the Arvandra River. You go down the Goldway only a small bit before ducking into some back roads to go around Greystone Castle. By the time you guys go into the just the countryside, try to go around Greystone Castle, the sun is already beginning to set again, and you guys can make a quick campsite through the night. Nothing really eventful happens.
how many hours passed during that trip?
I mean, it's a whole fucking day, so 24.
No, I mean
I'll
like
say
before we went to sleep. Like how long did
You-
we spend walking?
Like you spent 8 hours walking.
8 hours walking. Okay. Colton will have learned Wall of Fire.
Nice.
Ooh.
In the morning, you guys can successfully go around Greystone Castle. Nothing really eventful happens. You do see like a lot of military activity, but it just seems like the normal amount. No one's freaking out about it. You guys do pass through some villages. They do give attention to you guys, but with Adis there, it's not much of a problem.
Yeah.
And I'll say, like, since you learn Wall of Fire, like, you know, Ashana will occasionally be curious about what you're learning and say, yes, I believe that is one I am familiar with.
Oh, really?
I'm not sure if it is exactly the same druid, wizard, but I think same idea.
That would make sense. Yep, I've got a few more to learn, and then I'll be wrapped up with this.
All right, and on the third day, you guys keep walking. Nothing eventful happens. You're just walking down the Goldway for most of the day. At the end of the day, though, you make camp in a very old abandoned village. The buildings here have just been torn down and seemingly burnt down a long time ago. Just to its like cobblestone foundations, and it's really nothing left there. But you know, it's an old village. It was once here, and it's on the shores of Lake Castroma. Lake Castroma is a very big lake, but it's still small enough where you can see to the shores of it. And as you sit down on the lake, all of you, I don't care. You can see far off this a cityscape along the shore, and you see this large building that seems to be a castle with two major towers coming off of it. That this must be the city of Aris. And just north, just east of that on the map, but just to the left of that from where you got from your view, is a far off island with a seemingly another castle, but this one is pretty much destroyed. Like you see one tower that is like leaning onto another tower that's just been crumbled, and it seems very damaged. And as like the night goes on, you don't see any light coming from it. And just north of that is another stranger island. You don't really see an island. You just see like this big mound coming up from the water of purple and black swirling energy, and coming from that you can see the towers of old stone buildings, and from the very top of it you see this large castle. Adis, you know your gnomish history for where you come from. This mound of cursed energy was originally part of a city called Novus, and teleported here a long time ago, 50 years ago, just suddenly appearing, causing a tsunami that damaged that castle on that island, and that's where gnomes came from, right there. So it's you've seen it before, but it's interesting to see again. You pointed out to your fellow party members.
Quick question: how old are Raskin and his brother?
They're in their 20s,
Okay.
mid to late 20s.
There's a lot of interesting sights out here.
Yeah, there is. It's been quite some time since I've last seen it.
Actually,
So
go ahead.
the island just appeared, or whatever that is.
That is the city of Novos, or at least part of it. And yes, it just appeared out of nowhere. No one knows exactly why. The gnomes themselves cannot remember. But it is uninhabitable now.
Strange. Very strange.
In the
Without a doubt,
morning. Oh, sorry.
without a doubt, it has to do with the resurfacing of magic.
You say it is 50 years ago?
Yes.
No, this 50 years ago. It is when others kind of got the magic, I hear.
Was that not for you as well?
It was.
Yeah.
I wondered for a long time if it was only me, or it's something I caused, or something I was just affected by.
As far as we know, it was due to one Oruneth Ostora who brought back magic somehow.
Well, perhaps someday the mysteries will be unraveled.
Maybe.
All right. On the fourth day, you guys travel past Aris, going over this small bridge over this very small river. You don't really have much problem going past Aris. You can see its large walls and it's highly defendable. And there's a lot of farmland around here. There's a lot of farmland around Exuafall, but there's a lot of farmland around Aris as well. You're able to go down southwards. You cut through this on the intersection of the Gold Way and Avalon Way. There is this like pretty much like a small village, but it's more like a large ranch where on the intersection there's this gigantic market. So if you wanted to get something here, it's called the Crossroads. You can get something last minute, but you will also be going through Alchem.
There's actually something that just comes to mind. Was it called Woodcarver's Tools?
You
Yeah.
motherfucker.
I yell up from the briefcase. Can you give me some arrows? I'll tell Krishenko to like cover you for it when we get to Polyuma.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and cover most of what anyone wants. So Adis wants woodcarver's tools.
Yes.
How much would that run me?
4.2
Right.
silver, so 42 copper.
It's a good way to get copper out of my pocket.
Arrows. A bundle of 20 arrows would also be 4.2 silver pieces.
Okay, so what is... I'll just give them 5 silver. And they can keep the change.
So for both things, so just a gold.
Oh, I've already taken off the copper for the one thing, and then I hand the other person 5
Okay.
silver. And I'll give the woodcarver's tools to Adis, and I'll throw down the arrows for Vala.
You get strange looks, and the only way, Colton, that you're able to even shop is with Adis next to you.
Mhm.
You get a lot of weird, some of them disdainful, some of them confused, some of them good with the rain dragon right next to you, but it's a weird feeling you get. People, you can tell that people, especially in rural areas, are more racist.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
I should know. I come from a rural area. Anyway, you're able to go through. If there's anything else, speak now. And anything else any of you want to get?
Nope.
I think at this point in some of the back towns, I'll be outside and I'll be walking along.
When Colin throws down the arrows, like you just hear, "Thank you, Colin." Mooseful, we already went over this. You can't have the arrows. I need the arrows. I'll get something for you. The arrows are mine. Stop it!
One of the feathers on the end of one of the arrows like lights on fire for a moment before you put it out.
Mooseful!
I'll gather sticks along the path as we walk that day.
Maybe you should invest in bone arrows.
Ooh. That'd be interesting.
By the end of the day, you guys camp outside, just off of the Avalon Way, and you can see just south of you in a cluster of hills is this large chateau with different towers piercing the sky and bridges connecting the towers, and one large keep in the center of it, all on top of a decently sized hill. Those with like general knowledge of history. So it's like Colton, Adis, and Oshana and Chance. Oshana and Volley, you guys can learn this from the other party members. You know this, it's on the map too. This is the Cadora Chateau. This is where the Astora family resides.
Interesting.
So you look at the tall towers. It's just very ornate and very like a mixture of intimidating and beautiful. Like the towers have been painted white and just pierce the sky in a really strangely beautiful way. And you imagine Araneth Astora residing in this chateau.
Do the towers remind me in any way of Coalesced Spire?
They do not.
Okay.
Are we stopping for the night? Is this where we're hanging out?
It is nighttime, I assume, right?
Yeah, you guys are camping out,
Yeah.
off of the road.
Yeah, this seems to be where we're camping.
And by the end of the day, Colton will have learned Remove Curse and Featherfall.
Jesus Christ.
Cool.
Wow.
Wizards, man!
It's too strong.
You continue onwards the next day, and halfway through the trip, you enter into this bleak, black, dead wood swamp. It's not exactly a forest, but there's a lot of tree cover. The trees here are really sad weeping willows that have these large vines hanging down. But there's a lot of bogs that are bubbling with water and the occasional alligator that floats by, and the road that you're following along, not the entirety of it, but a good portion of it has been turned into wooden gangways and planks. You do pass through a small village, and there's actually people on boats that have nets that are they have nets and they're trying to dig into the water as you pass them by, and you're not sure for what. But the marsh just has a very creepy aesthetic to it. It's darker. It's weirdly silent. You see, there's birds and the creaking of wood, but the birds here are mostly silent, and you kind of feel uneasy going through it. And you don't really want to be left to camp out in the middle of the marsh, so you do rush a bit today, and you're able, just by rushing a bit and forcing yourself to go a little bit faster, you're able to reach Alchem by the end of the day. Now, Alchem is no big town. It's bigger than a village, but it's not anything fancy. It reminds you a bit of the size of Conquest, where it's just a normal sized town. The town is in the river bottoms, which makes the constant swamp and the swampy water and all the roads here, gangways. It just makes it even more deep and more wet. And you can't imagine why people would want to live here. But the town is split in half by the Ava River, which doesn't even really have any formal banks. It just kind of melds into the swamp. There is a large bridge that goes over it, and many of the buildings here are on stilts. Most of the town is on the west side of this bridge, and you also see a forum here. You haven't really seen many. There's the occasional forum in a village, but not every village has a forum. But this town does have one, and like the other buildings around it, it's on stilts. It's on a large wooden platform, like a gigantic stage. It's about 50 feet by 50 feet. And it just connects to the gangways that act as the roads of this town.
Is this where we're halting for the night?
Most of this wooden form has a new boards placed on it, as if they were somewhat recently repaired within the last year or so. The main use of travel in this area is boat. So there's not really a stables or anything. It's just people either walk, they bring their horses through this town, or they boat if you're a local. The town does not seem very rich or wealthy at all. There's two major landmarks in this town. There's this one large wizard's tower on the east side of town. It's made out of gray stone, but there's so much mildew, green ooze, and algae on it that's just growing at the sides of it. It looks more green than anything. And then on the west side of town is this large stone building that is very jarring to see, as it has it's metal plated with bronze, and from the center of it are four large chimneys that just pump out constant smoke. It's a factory, and you see it's called Hourglass Alchemy. It's a potion factory.
Hmm.
And I think we should take a break at this.
Okay.
How long are you guys willing to go tonight? I guess I should ask.
I'm good to go however long we need.
Yeah,
Good.
I don't have to cook anything. We got takeout today, so I'm good.
Can you make it, Adis? Can
We,
you
we
make it?
we started
Sure.
pretty much at 9. We can take a break till 11, so it'll be 2 hours. So I gotta get up early in the morning, so I don't want to play that long, but we'll just play later. Let's get back here at 11. That seems about good. We usually get back by then anyway.
Okay.
Like if I say like a 5-minute break, it'll be 10 minutes. So
Yeah, yeah. So 5-minute break. Yeah.
5-minute break.
So what? Wait. So what? 20? No, 10 minutes.
Just-
My math is terrible.
Just
Yeah,
get
you
back.
know,
Yeah. Just get back
5
here by
minutes
11.
with a safety factor of 2.
So, but
Alright.
on the hour, I guess I should say, because 11 isn't everyone. So 12 minutes.
Okay, 12 minutes. Get back on the hour. All right.
All right. Talk to you later, streamers, Twitch
Sounds-
viewers,
Kosher.
Yeah, yeah.
and I'll be right back. Hello, guys, gals, and non-binary folks. Welcome back to the Unveil. We're just gonna get right back into it. You guys have reached Alchem. What do you guys like to do? Who's out of the briefcase right now? I suppose,
Myself
I
and
am.
Ada.
and the food that you're cooking.
The pierogi.
Dude, these pierogies are gonna be so good.
Jesus Christ, I'm so hungry.
What? Oh, okay, this is gonna sound dumb. What's a pierogi?
You dumbass.
Wow.
It's basically it's like a Polish dumpling with potato in it.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you.
Honestly, I have no idea what they were either. You wanna look it up though.
You know what? I've had those before, and they're really damn good.
I just
Yeah.
asked an innocent question and I got called a dumbass. Ooh.
Fucking dumbass crime. Yeah. Look, they look
Oh.
pretty good. They,
Why would you do that? Why
The
would you do
great,
that? to
the
me?
great Gatsby is not a dumbass.
The Great Gex is his knowledge spans dimensions.
God, okay. Anyway, what do you guys like to do?
Well, first we should probably find somewhere to bunker down, and then I gotta go find a crazy goblin alchemist.
I will finally come out of the briefcase, seeing as how we're close enough to Doggo that it shouldn't really be too much of an issue.
Are you sure we're still in the Majocracy? We're
I
actually
mean,
right next
he-
to Avalon.
Yeah, but right here, right next to Doggo, we have a network. It'll be fine.
And then some hillbillies hunt you down and cook you as a chicken.
Okay, you know what? Just I have Moosebolt to defend me.
You guys, one thing I'll notice, Vol, you notice this as well as you climb out of the suitcase. I'm guessing not out in the open. You look towards the east, and miles away, like half a day's travel away, you don't see Avalon, but you just see, like, with the sun is setting behind you in the far, far, far off mountains, way to the west. But you just see with a little lit, like, last bit of light, just like a covering of smoke and smog in the atmosphere above Avalon.
Looks fun.
I can see why Chance left.
That's totally not ominous and scary.
These salted pierogies are really good, by the way.
Got the
And also, the rain has... Weirdly, when you entered the swamp, the rain has ended.
I'm just imagining it's like humid and mosquitoes and
No, I mean, it's very humid, but it's also autumn, and honestly, it's like you're past the autumn equinox, so it's like it's late autumn.
Okay.
Most of the trees have lost their leaves by this point.
actually I should
It's
ask,
just
are there mosquitoes in this world?
I wish, but yeah, there are.
No. Screw you.
Yeah, as soon as you
It's
like,
okay,
as soon as you wonder that, you hear like a. They're still out
Fireball.
right now.
Colton, you know what you have to do, cast Fireball.
Cast fireball.
But yeah, the weather right now is a cool like 50 degrees in this swamp.
Okay. swat the mosquito and then say some word to describe it.
Fucker.
It is. It is the name we have for these back home. It means small fiend.
That's rather accurate.
Fuck, the pierogi's hot.
The pierogies betrayed you.
Karma.
Oh, what? It is barely 8:12, and now the sun has fully gone down. Damn. Having sunlight from like 6 a.m. to fucking 9 p.m. What a joke. Sorry, continue.
Anyway, there's the smog. The distance.
And then
Spicy air.
we are in Alchem right now, right?
Yes.
Within the human lands. Within Azelas.
So is Alchem pretty small or medium?
Same size as Conquest, I think he said.
Alchem is smaller than Conquest. It's like 1,000 people,
Mm-hmm.
but
Should go
it's
find-
like you can tell with this town, it's no one's really close together. It's just like a lot of just like it's just like a lot of shitty, like stilted houses and small shops and stuff. Like this place seems really shitty. Like there doesn't seem to be like one like wealthy house in this entire fucking place.
Let's go find an inn.
That sounds nice to me.
I assume
Sleeping
the wizard,
in.
Sorry, I assume the wizard tower looks a bit nicer than the other houses.
No, it doesn't. I mean, it's fucking it's covered in green like goo and algae and moss and shit, and it's cracked all the way through. I mean, it's the tallest building in town, and there's also just like a foul smell to the air, both from like the swamp, but also from this potion factory that's right on the edge. It's like it pretty much in the center of town, actually, not that far away from the forum.
Okay, sorry. Continue.
That's it. You guys can roll me an investigation check to search for a
Woo.
thingy.
Whoever wants to do that, have some guidance on your ass.
Think
I shall spank Colton for guidance.
What?
What?
I have to touch someone for guidance to apply.
Huh?
Are
Bang up the
we
street.
needing to get a place with a room for you two individually?
There is still a briefcase.
Others need to use it.
What a shame.
this is the jail cell.
That works. Alright, so an 18 to find an inn in this shitty town.
So you find an inn. It's called the Black Trunk. As you approach, this is like the best inn you found, and like it's 2 stories, and on the thatch roof, about a quarter of it was on fire like a year ago, it seems, and they covered up with wooden boards. And it's just like green algae. Like this is on stilts as well, and like the stilts, like from the weight of this big inn, it's just kind of crumbled in some areas. And you go inside, and there's 2 tables for people to eat at, where both of them are filled. One of the tables has like one human that's like drunkenly telling a story to another guy, and also on the same table there's like a shorter, about like 4'8" female that's like curled up on top of the round table, and on the other table it's just people having a loud argument and loud just talking to each other as like two guys having an arm wrestling competition on it. And at the main counter, there's this older gentleman, probably about like in his 70s. He's completely bald, but has like a really straggly white beard that is like brown and green in some places, and like the beard is not like full or luscious; it's just scraggly and like patched. And he's also missing a hand, or there's a shitty wooden prosthetic put onto it.
Hmm. Wow, this place seems lovely.
And this is the best inn in town that you could find.
It
Oh, well, I
is
suppose we'll have to make do.
Adis,
better
come with me.
than camp.
Adis, come with me to the is like the front area. Is it like a bar? It's a bar, right?
Yeah, you can tell people like their beer around here.
Yeah. Adis, come with me to the bar so I can try and get information without getting weird looks.
Sure.
So yeah, I'll head up to the bar with Adis in tow.
As you approach, the greasy man, that's the best way to describe him, gives you a really strange look. And looks you up and down, Adis, and at you, Colton. Yeah, what the fuck are you two? You're so blue, what the fuck are you?
Nothing of consequence. Can we get some rooms?
What do you want to do here? You want to cause some trouble? You look weird.
I mean, if sleep is considered weird.
How many
Wait.
rooms? How many beds?
He'll look back towards Adis.
We got the normal beds, and we got a private room if you really want one.
We would need 4 beds. Preferably a private room.
That's just the one private room. That costs you extra.
How much?
For the private room, it's 4 copper.
How many beds does it have?
Just the one. It's a double, though.
I'll look at Colton.
That's fine.
That sounds good. Alright, we'll take it.
Yeah, okay. Money up front.
I put 4 copper down.
He takes it with his prosthetic hand, and with his other hand, he roots around under the counter, and he brings up this, not even like an iron key, a wooden key, and he gives it to you.
What? How does a wooden key make sense?
It's a thing. It's a thing.
Really?
I've seen wooden keys before. Yeah. They're not good. That's the whole point of me talking about it right now. They're not good.
I did not know that was a thing.
Fucking Egyptians had keys.
Oh yeah, that is actually the first thing that comes up when I Google wooden key.
Alright, well, that worked out.
Oh, also, I should ask, do you know anyone by the name of... Hold up.
Oh yes, hold on, it's a dear friend of mine.
Zaranosh Flask?
That fucker. What do you want to deal with him? You need fucking healing or something?
No, we have plenty of healing. I have more alchemical reasons.
Yeah. Yeah, I know him. But he looks at you guys again. I can't seem to remember anything right now.
I'll put a copper piece down.
Old man. Old man, I can't remember much these days. He kind of like spits like this green spit onto his beard.
Looking a bit sickly there.
Fine.
Insight.
Sure, roll me an insight check.
I would also like to insight that if I may.
Sure,
With
roll me an
guidance.
Sure. Oshana and Vala, you guys could get into this anytime you want.
I have a 22 on insight.
Colton, you're not sure. This guy just seems to be just really gross. Adis, you can tell that there's something medically wrong with him. You're not sure what it is right off the top of your bat, but I mean, it's obvious he's not okay physically, probably not mentally either.
I cast inflict wounds though. No, I don't.
Punch him to hell.
Do you want me to make
Look,
Moose
you're gonna-
go big?
You gonna give me a bribe or not? Come on.
How about another
Yeah.
copper piece and I can get rid of whatever disease you have a problem with?
About a silver piece. I don't believe that magic shit.
You
Technically,
live
it's not
next
magic.
to Avalon.
Fucking Avalon.
I'll put down a silver piece.
Takes it.
As he takes it, can I just try to touch his arm to cast Hand of Healing? Just slightly tap it.
Sure. You see him physically, like, he jumps back a bit as this happens. He puts a hand to his chest. He's on the east side of town, across the Ava Bridge. He's in a small hut.
Thank you.
Uh.
That's all we need to know.
Yeah. He kind of just like takes a step back, just shocked at just what happened. You guys want a wine, or ale, or something?
I'll step up towards the counter and I'll say, I wouldn't mind a glass of wine.
I am thirsty and I don't particularly trust the water around here, so I will try wine.
Yeah, that's right. No one drinks water around here. Just drink ale.
What?
We have
Wine.
water skins with us.
It's true, but I'm almost out. We've been traveling for a few days, and there has not really been anywhere to refill.
Who the fuck are you all? You're so fucking weird.
Just some folks from Forviste.
Beasting, what the fuck you come down to Alchem for?
As the name implies, alchemy.
Fucking alchemy. It'll be 8 copper for the wine.
Singular?
Fucking-
Singular copper?
8 copper.
8.
I'll
Yeah.
I will buy you your wine. It's the least I can do.
All right, thank you.
Quick.
Alchem is not a place to study alchemy, friend. It's a place where you can get whatever fuck the alchemists need for materials and whatnot, but legally, you can't buy any potions, or you can't buy any materials. You just gotta fucking deal with it. There's no magical healers in this town. There's no fucking way to get alchemy except for your friend that you're looking for.
Mm.
Hey, Adis. What's a wine?
In a very abridged sense, it is grape juice.
It is
Spicy
grape
grape
juice that they let sit for a while, I understand. And
You guys are
it,
so confusing to me.
Well, I suppose we could say the same to you. But we appreciate the hospitality.
And he points a finger to you, Vala, and is like, "Do you want a mouse or something to eat?" You can probably get one for a good price.
Because I'm a bird doesn't mean I need a mouse for food. That's not.
You just
not
disrespected
nice.
the entire culture, but yes.
Just buy alcohol and go to your room. You're making this. You get your presence is making a scene here.
No worm.
I will take my wine glass with.
I think it's
I'll-
more like a cup.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Wine
it's a cup.
I'll take my wine cup with.
I'll take
Well-
my cup of grape juice with me.
We'll bring the cup back when I finish. Thank
Yeah, the wine is like the same. They use the same mugs for ale as they do wine. And like the bottle that like the wine that you pour, she has like a fly in it, and you gotta pick it out.
Colton's gonna take a sip of the wine, kind of frown, and pass it off to Adis.
you. I'll pick the fly out of the wine cup and I'll just look at it. I'll eat it.
You guys are so fucking weird. You guys can go up the really creaky staircase and go to your private room. The second floor is 3 rooms in total. The first room is the small hallway that connects to the staircase that you go up. And that goes to 2 doors. One room is a large room that has like a dozen bunk beds in it. Just rowed bunk beds, and you see like the doors just wide open. And you see multiple people sleeping in there, most of them drunk. And the second room is pretty small, like 10 feet by 10 feet. And this is the private room. And you walk inside with your wooden key, praying that it doesn't break. And it's actually not horrible. There's a bucket in the corner where there's like there's just like a constant drip of water from the ceiling, but the bed seems all right and the floor seems all right.
There is a bucket in the corner. It's like it was made for us.
Oh fuck! I forgot about that.
This is the least. This is the least sexy private room I've ever seen.
How many private rooms have you seen?
I have seen my fair share of rooms.
And you put your hand like on the blankets. The blankets are like really thin, and like the blankets are just lightly damp. Not in that way. It's just from the like high humidity of this entire area. It's just like the blankets and the mattress is just kind of just slightly moist.
Can I make a bedbug check?
Roll me a investigation.
Take guidance with that.
Yeah, this says fuck bedbugs. So many bedbugs. It's a whole colony of bedbugs.
It's awful.
It's probably for the best if we just camp in the suitcase.
Yeah, probably.
Out of character, you know what would be funny? If I went to the sleeping drunk people and cured them of their drunkenness.
No, don't do it. You'll make him mad.
I drink to forget. Why are you making me remember?
The war. I drink to forget the war.
Well, if
Hey,
we're gonna
question is: can protect energy protect you from bug bites?
be no,
Oh, sadly.
Could
and
spirit
will
guardians
wall of
protect-
fire do it?
Yeah, Oshana, when you leave this place, you're gonna have to check yourself for fleas.
Yeah.
But you guys can go into the suitcase and rest for the night. Nothing.
I
Do
would
you guys
like-
want to?
I do have something
Sorry.
I would like to do.
What you'd like to do?
I would like to ponder the orb.
Okay, whom do you scry on?
They literally just
And-
nutted in me and started pondering his orb.
And please post what the spell does so I know exactly. Oh my god!
Alright.
This is the first time I've ever DM scrying before. I'm scared.
Okay. Here we go.
Pretty sure Puck had scrying last campaign, but he never used it. Or she never used it.
I have met the target. I would not say I know Joan well. Joan of Arc.
Oh, fuck.
Oh yeah.
So it's just a straight DC 18 Wisdom save. From Joan
How
of
the
Arc.
fuck are you scrying on Joan?
I'm just testing it out.
Also, she's now probably in control of his brother, so
Yeah.
It's a wisdom saving throw?
Yep. DC 18.
7.
How's Joan of Arc doing? Let's see.
So you sit on top of a chair and you wrap your hands around the orb and begin to fucking ponder the orb. After a couple minutes doing this, you close your eyes and your vision suddenly warps, and you feel like if you didn't have your eyes closed, your mind would, like, you would throw up from your eyesight shifting over hundreds of miles in just an instant. But you feel like, you almost feel like the wind and reality shifting around you as your focus and your vision and your hearing shifts to a certain location set on a person. And it stops and you open your eyes. You're looking into a small room. It's nicely decorated. You're not sure which building in Jericho this is, but it seems pretty well established. In the center of this room is a rickety table with a number of papers scattered on it, and there's 3 other people. I'll use the Matthew Mercer thing. I'll say that you can't really see, you don't really recognize any of these people. It doesn't seem like anyone you've ever met before. It's just kind of like everything else, like around Joan, is a bit blurry.
How it works is I can see and hear through the sensor as if I were there.
Oh, okay then. Well, okay then. Never mind. Never mind about the blurry stuff. But you don't recognize them. It's one other human. There's 3 other people in total. One other human, one snow elf, and one Dry Strix, actually. And you don't recognize the Dry Strix, strangely older she seems. Just gonna write this quick. And Joan currently has her hands on top of the table. Just a second. I can't. Okay. Sorry, I can't write fast enough. Okay. She currently has her hands on the table. So we know what those berries do. Thanks to a friend so long ago, we do have the ability to turn into our true forms at will, just with use of the berries. So even without the full moon, we can transform. I believe we can use this to be able to strengthen Jericho. We just have to make a couple of runs in Foviste soon. They won't expect us to start building so much, so if we just hit the couple caravans, we'd be completely fine. Just get a couple of them, loot what we need, and we can gain some strength, food, weapons, supplies, whatever. And we can go from there, but this is the first stepping stone. You all agree? Yeah! Alright. Well, I'm trying to get some plans. I've heard talk of a trade deal that's going to be going up north sometime. So I want to try to get something planned for that goes on. But until for right now, play it safe, stick to the shadows, travel, just get lone wanderers. When it's time, you start going strong, alright? And they're not. Alright. I remember what I told you. We are now superior, we're now better. With this lycanthropic blood inside of us. We are powerful. Not what these inbred sheep people told us to believe, told us to fear ourselves. We are better. We are amazing. And everyone else will know it. It's getting late. You all can go home. And go look over a couple things. And the rest of the group nods and they shuffle out. And after, how long does this last?
10 minutes.
Joan watches them leave.
You could message her and tell her that you just heard all of that.
That
She
wouldn't
pulls
be any fun.
over. She pulls over a wooden chair and begins to stifle through papers, and she does that for a couple minutes. And you're able to look at the papers, and you see different documents that tell of not any official documents, just like sightings of when the Kelmanor trading caravans passed through the roads of Forviste and how they've been doing the past couple of weeks ever since Raish was slain. Or last couple months, actually. And there's a small map that marks the same things. And there's also a page about recruits, question mark, and some ideas that you're unable to read. Actually, if you want to try to peer closer to that, roll me a perception check.
Nat 20. For a total of 21.
It's just a list of ideas. But you see that Joan is going over the idea of capturing people and then turning them to werewolves. She seems to be very ambitious. And she's trying to figure out ways to bring out loyalty and she has different ideas of tests. She doesn't think the branding system doesn't work. She doesn't think the branding system works very well because it's only pain and doesn't show actual loyalty. She wants actual loyalty to her cause. So she's looking through different ideas, like mental manipulation, prison, alchemy, question mark. She doesn't have a set idea yet.
Shit, we have like an actual like. Oh no, we got a fucking dictator in the making.
And
Oh.
she's playing the long game with her.
Hey, you remember how you said you could assassinate people
I
with the
can
dream
assassinate
spell?
people with dream.
Oh my god!
I can. She will either die via exhaustion because it takes normal people longer to rest, or she will die from the damage. We will see.
I mean, if you want to get flashy, Moose Bowl.
And
I'm saying?
also on the same piece of paper, you see like in big letters, problems. And you see guard force, like caravan guard force, Heishi, and you see different names of different people.
Are we on this list?
You do in fact see the Bucket Brigade on it.
Mm.
You also see the name Drayden.
Okay, the bitch has got to go.
The bitch has got to go.
And after a couple minutes of looking through these papers, she stands up and goes to a small shelf that has a pouch on it. She grabs it and also grabs a number of small potion vials, empty ones. She brings it back to the desk. She reaches into the pouch and brings out a mortar and pestle, and then she reaches into it again and brings out a couple of berries, the same berries that you recognize from when you attacked, when that werewolf shapeshifted. They were eating these same berries. The red, they look like almost like cherries, but more spherical and grown in a different way, and more crimson blood red. And for the rest of the 10 minutes, she takes time to mash these with mortar and pestle into a fine liquid, mixing it with water, and then pouring it into a potion vial, capping it, and then doing the same process again until the spell ends.
When the spell ends and I snap back, Colton's
Did
like,
not expect you to fucking
Yeah.
see that.
yeah. Colton like kind of snaps back to reality after pondering the orb for 10 minutes. I think I saw something I wasn't meant to see.
Oh,
Joan is gonna have to die.
well, I never liked her anyway, but killing might be a bit extreme.
She's gonna try it, and she wants to try and make more werewolves forcefully.
Who's this?
A very interesting werewolf woman.
She also intends to fuck with Kerwin's trade routes.
You still have a couple messages left, right?
I have plenty.
Maybe it would be fair to warn him about that.
Might be. She's also trying to weaponize those berries that we stumbled across when we were with her, and give the werewolves of Jericho the ability to transform sort of at will.
Well, that sounds like a recipe for disaster.
Mm-hmm. She wants to change their loyalty system. Remember how they wanted to brand us?
Yeah.
She thinks that imprisonment, mental manipulation, and alchemy are better alternatives.
Now, this is the one that took over.
Jericho, yes.
Yes, after presumably murdering the previous leaders.
Yeah. I did not go
Um,
there, but
mm.
I have heard you speak of it.
I can kill her while she sleeps from this distance, if need be.
Will it hurt you to do so?
No, it'll hurt her. Admittedly,
Is it?
normally this would not be my method for resolving things, but she has labeled my brother as a threat,
Is
and I
it,
will not let any harm befall him.
is it possible to use this dream power thing you have to manipulate and scare in hopes of, or is that
I think all I could make her really do is, if I used it periodically, it would be exhaust her and freak her out. She wouldn't know who's sending the dream, as I can make the appearance seem monstrous.
the old leader that was presumably killed? Can you make it seem like the dream is coming from them?
Yeah.
If you can appear monstrous in that dream, maybe you could take the form of a werewolf.
Mhm. I could do that. I can also send a message of up to 10 words.
I mean,
Appear as a sheep person like the old leader, but be eating a werewolf. That would be very scary.
That
If you
would
want-
be a horrifying image.
if you want to keep an eye on her, I can probably network a few Strix. I can set that up for you.
That might be good. I should probably warn Kelmanor, though.
I mean, once we get to Ursulav, and then eventually we make it back to Poema, I can probably get that arranged to have a few people.
Alright. What time would it be about with Keen Mind?
Like 10 p.m.
Is it the same time in for Viste?
Yeah. I mean,
Time zones.
I mean, time zones like are an issue in my world, but not for this one since the human lands is so fucking small. So yeah, everyone in the human lands is in the same time zone,
Okay.
especially width-wise. They're like, yeah.
I will cast Sending to Kerwin Kelmanor, and I will say, Kelmanor, you should reinforce your trade routes. I've discovered a plot to disrupt and steal from you.
Mention the werewolves.
Beware of werewolves.
All right, I'll try. The economy up here is messed up, and I'm lacking money, but thank you. That's his response.
All right.
Fighting werewolves in this economy.
The economy is in shambles.
I'll send a second message, this time to Drayden. I will say, Drayden, it's Colton. You need to get out of Jericho as soon as possible without being seen.
All right, I've been thinking of doing the same thing myself. It's crazy here. Where could I go?
I'll message him back. Alright, I keep that spell slot. Either head back home or head south to Conquest. Look for blacksmith named Kodak. Don't mind his appearance.
I'll try to sneak out. It's insane over here. I don't know how you knew that, but I'll go there. Love you.
Yep. All right, I've warned my brother and I've warned Kerwin. The only other thing I could think of to do is maybe try to mobilize whatever militia they have in Conquest against Jericho. But that's still a lot of innocent people. They're just under less than ideal leadership.
I would, if at all possible, try to focus on reproducing the potion that we found
Yes.
from the doctor.
Should I try tormenting Joan to see if I can scare her enough to get her to back out?
That seems like a reasonable course of action.
It's not ideal, but I think it needs to be done. She seems to think that werewolves are like the supreme
The
sort
master
of people,
race.
the master race.
This is indeed a problem. There will be many people hurt and killed by this.
What's our moral standpoint on assassination via mental torture?
Are there not others that we've killed in the past because they were a threat to
A great
Good.
deal of people, yeah.
Vala might be able to turn a blind eye to torture and espionage.
I mean, nobody will know. If anything, she'll sound crazy.
Let's just try to scare her at first.
Yes, if she continues to be an issue, then I'll do what needs to be done.
Out of character, I would say I'm totally down with killing someone this way. I love it.
Dude, Dream is so dumb. I love it. And it's not even divination, it's an illusion spell.
Yeah, I guess that seems about right.
Yep.
And this is why 9th level is very high in my world.
Yeah.
'Cause come on.
Wow, I got scrying right nick of fucking time, didn't I?
Yeah, this is gonna be the next. You just you gotta you basically just got a sneak peek into the next arc.
Wow. I'm
dang.
about to assassinate this bitch.
We still have all of Arc 2 to get through.
Yeah.
I just got here.
Zach, shit, rewriting things.
Retcon.
I'm about to assassinate a fucking future Hitler case over here.
We're gonna go through
I really like this.
we're gonna go through what the world capsule, and we're just gonna see retcon, redacted, redacted, redacted.
No, it's fine. I like it. I really like how this went, actually. So what would you guys like to do for the rest of the night?
Plot my assassination.
Are you gonna cast any spells tonight, or are you just plotting?
Just plotting. I can't do anything right now. I'm burnt on 5th levels.
Got it.
I only get 1 per day.
All right.
Oh.
Anyone else want to do something?
I'll probably like start prepping a case argument for Krishenko to have a couple scouts like go off course and watch someone completely unrelated to what's happening.
Oh, Oshana, do you still have the Elixir of the Cosmos?
I believe I still do. Yes, I still do.
Maybe we can see if we can have that synthesized too.
That would be quite spectacular.
Yes. All right, for the rest of the night, I think it's just rest.
I would actually, before Colton goes into his assassination, I'll just cast Augury to ask my mum about what she thinks about that.
You post augury?
That's a course within 30 minutes. We're not.
That's what I'm saying, just before you go for your assassination.
He's not doing that tonight, though.
Not
he can't.
tonight.
He used all his spells.
Oh, I thought you were going
He's
to.
planning.
Never mind, then.
Yeah, I'm plotting.
He's like sitting at the desk going,
Pondering his orb menacingly.
Yes. Pondering the orb. I'll ponder your orbs.
Oh no.
Okay. So do you still cast augury?
No. I'll cook something up for dinner within the suitcase because I don't trust any food that our host might give us.
Describe us the meal in vivid detail, please.
Pierogi.
No. Let's okay. You guys. Okay. I'm gonna assume that no one else wants to do anything, right?
No, I'm good.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
In the morning, you guys can get up and do whatever you want.
Who wants to go with me to the alchemist before we head off?
I'll come with you.
Oh, Oshana,
down.
could I borrow that vial, the potion of the cosmos?
Yes, and I believe there was a alchemy book that I had from inside the briefcase.
Yes, I did give that to you.
Yes, perhaps I could get some
Light reading.
guidance on how to start looking at these.
This is kind of off topic, but we just hit 150 in-game days since the start of the campaign.
Woo!
Hey, I've been here for 6.
Hell yeah.
Man, our party's been together for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Colton and Chance have been here the longest.
Yes, that is.
Adis got there pretty soon, though.
All right. Who's going with me to meet the Goblin Alchemist?
I'll go.
I will go.
I'll go too. Take Moose below on a walk so he
Okay.
stops eating everything.
And we've still got Bo
Everything is made out of wood.
And we've got Bo in the suitcase because Bo can't be out right here.
He's
Yeah,
have,
Bo hates the bugs.
So
That
I have
sounds like a very Bo thing.
gathered up sticks, and I enjoy every once in a while feeding Muspel.
You guys just fucking accidentally uncovered this fucking plot.
I did it jokingly. I was like, what is this bitch up to?
Didn't you mention it before that she was going to do something like that? I feel like I've heard that somewhere.
I've been dropping hints about it. I mean, fuck, she fucking took over Jericho. Nothing. I think it's so cool. I love it. This is why I love D&D because like just accidental shit just leads to this shit. I love it.
Dude, being a wizard is so dumb. I love it.
Yeah.
I believe. Let me just
So-
double check something.
Okay.
Hold on. Where is? Where the fuck? Oh my god, why is it so hard to find? Give me one moment. You can keep talking, just give me a moment.
While he searches for that, I actually had a question.
have an
Does
answer.
casting an spell like inflict wounds or guiding bolt does that count as taking the attack action? Or is that something separate?
Yeah, that's taking an attack action, I would say.
So if I cast inflict wounds, I could bonus action punch.
Yeah, I don't see any problem with that.
That is very good to know.
Yeah. You guys can search for a while, go into the east side of town, crossing the bridge, a really rickety bridge. And you have to search for a while. It's like hidden in the swamp, and there's not really any gangway towards it, but there is like a beaten path. You're able to walk through. You see a couple of alligators eyeing you guys as you like make sure you stay out of the water. And you go to this small hut. It has a small chimney in it, and the hut is circular in design and just made out of like straw and thatch and a little bit of wood and rope holding it all together. Seems very rickety and small, but this is where you were led to. There's no window, but from the chimney you can like see like weird lights just like shining from the chimney.
Looks like someone's home.
Should we just knock at the door?
Do we want to wait for Colton to get the book out of the
Colton's
briefcase?
frozen in time. Oh, his internet may have gone out. Right on cue.
Damn.
Damn, Sam. That was cool though. Finding out that fucking plot. Do you guys want to explain to Crawling what any of that was?
I'm just hearing berries and werewolves, and then you said assassination, and I kind of got on board with the plan.
So the story is that one time, this one Fletcher guy got attacked by Heishi and bitten, but he didn't tell us. Then he went off with the town's pastor and a local drunk hunter, and we followed them and stumbled in the wilderness on a cave that has a small town inside of it called Jericho, where all the werewolves go to not be killed by non-werewolves.
Originally, there were two sheep people who were very much inbred, probably like fourth or fifth generation, who ruled over them, and the idea was that they can live in peace, and every month on the full moon they barricade themselves in their houses so they're not a threat to anyone. To prove our loyalty to them, that we're not going to rat them out, we had to fetch something for them, that something being a hunter of theirs who got lost. And then we found him, and he was very much nuts, and then he just transformed in the middle of the day after eating some berries.
And when we checked back to Jericho a bit later, the sheep people were suspiciously gone, and Joanne made herself chief. And generally, that woman gave off very bad vibes. And I will not mourn her loss if she dies, which I hope.
All right, solid. So yeah, dictator.
And
Calm down.
also Colton's brother turned into a werewolf, and they put him there so he wouldn't get killed by the people of Barado. So that's why it was like his brother's Drayden. So that's like who Colton messaged to get the fuck out of there.
And then there was also something about like trade caravans. Who's that dude?
Oh, that's just some dude who's rich. Curvin
He's not
Commodore.
just some dude that's rich. He fucking employed you guys. He's not some dude. He's Karen Kellenor.
Yeah.
Zach just got so offended.
I do. He's an important character.
Alright, he is a dude who's rich. He's the richest dude in the North.
The king of the north.
Not quite.
No. But yeah, he's the most influential guy in Verviste. And he owns this trade empire. That's what makes him so rich. Is that he owns all the trade caravans that run through Verviste and out of Verviste. So yeah, he's pretty rich and influential, and he has a castle. But he's had some problems recently because of a dragon attack they may or may not have like set off. It's a whole thing. It was a whole act of a story that you weren't here for. Like, it was a whole year of campaigning. I don't know where Coda, or I don't know where Raxi Daxi. I'm not sure what to do now because this whole thing with the goblin is like his thing. So
Well, it's already... I don't know what time it is for you, but it's 6 a.m. for me, so...
yeah, it's 12:10. I do have to get up in the early. Well, no, I do have to get up early in the
Yeah.
morning. We could just end it, I suppose.
Yeah, it might be a good
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, that seems like a reasonable idea.
We're so close to the river and then to the forest.
All right, let's just end it then.
Okay.
All right. Thank you all for listening, Twitch viewers. We should be here next week. I don't see any reason why not. It'll be the last session before I go off to college, so we'll see how it goes from there. Guy, you'll be gone next session, correct?
Yeah, I'll be gone next week. If someone wanted to play Oshana, they would be welcome to.
We'll let Andrew handle that.
Yeah. Well, let's end the stream, Mr. Man, Mr. Guy.
Alrighty.
Come back next week, folks. Like and subscribe. Love yourself. Have fun. Just chill out. Don't do drugs.
Skate fast, eat ass.
Yes.
Alrighty. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.